Today we're going to make white chocolate chip macadamia nut energy bites. We're going to check out how to propagate a fiddle leaf fig and check out 3 of my favorite essential oil options that I like to use around the house. Whether you need something quick for breakfast or a quick simple snack for the week, these energy bites are perfect for either putting in your kids' lunches or in your own lunch for your workday. So these are white chocolate macadamia nut ones, and I really like these. They're a little bit different from my original ones because they're almond butter. Starting with your ingredients, you'll want to chop some macadamia nuts and you'll use white chocolate chips. You'll need a little salt, some oatmeal, some honey, and some almond butter. And also do chia seeds and or flax seeds. And in a mixing bowl, you're just going to mix all of the ingredients together. I like to use a good quality white chocolate chip. You can also use the sugar-free kind. It's totally fine. You also have honey in here, so it is sweet either way. I like to do almond butter in the white chocolate chip ones, but usually my base is peanut butter, so I really don't think you could go wrong with either as long as you use the all-natural version. Go ahead and mix all of those ingredients together and grab about a 1 tablespoon scoop. So this one's a little more than a tablespoon, but close enough. It's an ice cream scoop, and I have just sprayed it with some nonstick oil to help the mixture come out really easily. And then roll it in a ball in your hands and then set it on a baking sheet that has been lined with parchment paper. And that way when you freeze it, it doesn't stick to baking sheet or anything. It just comes right off of the parchment paper and keeps its shape. Just keep going until you've used all the mixture and it's ready to be in the freezer. This made about 13 energy bites. Freeze them for about 1 hour and they'll keep their shape really well while you put them in these individual bags to give to friends or to eat for yourself. I put about 4 in a bag and go from there. I do store these bags in the actual freezer until I want to eat one. And then I tell friends to do the same. They just keep their shape better this way. You can do it in the refrigerator as well, but I recommend the freezer. Those energy bites are one of my favorite things to give as treats or gifts, especially to someone who just had a baby, because someone gave them to me when I just had a baby and they were the easiest thing to just grab and go. Ended up being my favorite treat or even snack. If you have one hand, you just go in the freezer and grab it. Another thing that was gifted to me and made me realize what a great gift it is a plant. So one of my dear friends is 72 years old and he gave me an olive tree. That olive tree is beautiful. It's a reminder of, I think of him in our conversations whenever I see it, and it's just so nice to have that like greenery and just life around. So I really like now to give plants. My sister's giving me plants now. My husband gave me roses for our first Mother's Day, and we planted the bushes outside, and wherever if we move, we'll take them with us. And so it's really nice to just be able to have that with you. In order to give plants as gifts though, I feel like I'd have to have a constant repertoire of just like plants. And I don't. And I probably wouldn't be able to keep them all alive because honestly, I'm not that great at it. I'm just now getting used to it. So instead of, just buying a bunch of these plants, I've started to propagate some in hopes that they will grow and flourish and then they can be plants that I give to others too. So today that's what we're going to talk about, how to propagate plants. And I'm going to demonstrate that with a fiddle leaf fig. You want to try to leave the leaves at the top alone, and you're looking more to trim the leaves to propagate on the stem. So I've already cut all the leaves off of the stem because I want it to kind of be taller and more flowering. But when you go to cut the leaves off the stem, you want to look at this little node and you want to cut it right there. In scenario, you want to do this when the plant is dormant, but basically you just take that leaf and then put it in water. You want to change this water weekly for about 3 months until you get a good root establishment like this. And then you're going to go ahead and plant that into a pot with just some potting soil and make sure you water it once a week to keep it growing. The main thing is just make sure you're consistently changing the water and keeping it in some sun. Okay, and finally, what I like to give is something essential oils related. So I really like Young Living, but you can do any of them. Just make sure they're, the certified brands. Seedlings Calm smells so great for a new baby especially. And then I also like Thieves laundry detergent because there's none of those chemicals that you want to try to avoid in not only your baby's laundry but also your own. For the mom, grab some of this facial scrub or this cleansing oil. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new, be sure to like this video. And if you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any in the future.